They're relying on goodwill because they're broke. As long as they're here, they're not allowed to look for work, use the NHS or claim benefit. Life is bad.
How do we reward people who've actually shed blood for us and fought for us with a P45 and a one-way ticket to Nepal?
My colleagues, they are staying without any visa, without any work permit, any medical support, anything at all. They are not treated even like a third-class human. There is no third-class human, but at the moment we are treated as like a not animal, but third-class human.
The Gurkhas facing expulsion are especially bewildered that the government is holding out against them at a time when 800,000 Eastern European immigrants have been allowed here without any restrictions.
In the past few years, tens of thousands of illegal immigrants have been granted amnesties in the UK. How can I explain to a long-serving, decorated British Army veteran that he is not allowed to come to this country, but, for example, a Lithuanian plumber may stroll straight in?
We're taking people in who have no real claim to be here, who make fraudulent applications for asylum, who come to live on benefits, whatever the case may be. When we're doing all of that, in addition to the worthy cases of immigration, why are we discriminating against the Gurkhas? Hundreds of thousands of Poles, a few thousand Gurkhas. We say yes, we say no. Somebody tell me the sense?
Now I suspect...
In Folkestone, just down the road from the Gurkha barracks, a meeting. There are many supporters here, but all they can offer is advice and encouragement.
This is classic British government spin.
My father fought for this country in the Second World War, and he's not allowed to come here, and he wanted to see the land he fought for. And my brothers are in Nepal, and they want to come here. They fought for this country, but they're not allowed.
I think the MOD and the government are very wily fighters in the political sense, and what they try to do is bamboozle people. The Gurkhas are the most brave and the finest soldiers imaginable, and I think that because they are in such a special place of affection, the fact that they're suffering such a great injustice is a very big, serious problem. It's almost a blot on the national conscience.
Of the Gurkha regiment.
And in Reading, another meeting with one of the local MPs, Labour's Martin Salter, saying he thinks their treatment is scandalous.
Because quite frankly, thanks is not enough. You can't eat thanks.
For Mr. Pun, it's ended happily. There was rejoicing when news reached Nepal that he could go to England. The government told Mr. Pun you're welcome only after a public outcry at home. Arriving at Heathrow, he was told there'd be a detour before he could reunite with his comrades to Downing Street. The Prime Minister told him he wanted to salute his courage and promised the UK would help him in every way possible. Mr. Pun had only one thing on his mind.
I told the Prime Minister that so many Gurkhas are living in Nepal, but they need help. I asked him to consider all those who served the British and treat them equally. I am happy to be here, but so many of my colleagues are not allowed to come.
Friends and admirers have rented a house for Mr. Pun in Hounslow, West London. Mr. Pun is a well-known figure among the Gurkha community in England, and they're proud to have him living among them. After a cataract operation, Mr. Pun can see properly for the first time in 20 years.
I could not recognize faces and was blind. I've not been able to see my wife since I was much younger. But because of the operation, I can see her face and clothes again. I am absolutely happy to see her.
And his wife is delighted. But there's another person they both want to see.
My wife and I unfortunately cannot speak English, and things are extremely difficult for us. I rely on my wife for care and support. She finds it difficult to cope alone. We have a daughter who can speak English, but she is not allowed to join us. We desperately need our daughter here.
We found Meg in Kathmandu, and she wanted us to give her parents a message. We filmed it and took it back.
I know that you are missing me, and I'm missing you so much. I am sorry, Mum and Dad, that I cannot do anything for you. I tried to come, but I was refused. I'm not sure if I will ever get a visa. If not, how will I satisfy my heart? I don't know when I'm going to see you again. I have a fear that I will not see you again in this life.
Mr. Pun recognises the voice, but not the face. She was in her mid-teens when he last saw her clearly. He's disheartened to hear she's been refused a visa.
I don't even know how to buy milk or food. If my daughter was here, she would take care of all these things. My wife and I are in the same situation.
After the medals protest on Wednesday, the Lib Dem leader pleads with the Prime Minister.
A retired Gurkha soldier handed over this medal to me in protest at the government's refusal to grant him British citizenship. Does the Prime Minister know what it means for a loyal British soldier to give up a medal that he won for his long years of service to this country?
We are the first government to have given Gurkhas the right to a pension for those after 1997. We are the first to have given equal pay to the Gurkhas. We are the first to have dealt with the problems of married accommodation. And we're the first to say that after 4 years in the army, they will have the right to residence in this country.
It's a message that doesn't satisfy these Gurkhas in Reading. The meal's been bought for them by well-wishers, but the mood is one of despair. Ex-Sergeant Laxmi Prasad Sharma has been told he has no strong ties with the UK, even though he worked at the MOD.
We were prepared to die in their battlefield for them, for this country, and now we will be fighting for our own rights. Then if we have to do that, we are ready to die. And if this government is happy with that, we will be dying in this country, and the world will be watching.
The plan is for 13 of them, representing the 13 VC Gurkhas, each to hunger strike for 1 day. If that produces no result, they promise they won't stop.
We cannot bear anymore. We better die. It's too much. I cannot see people suffering like that, and I cannot bear anymore. And I have got friends to do that. I'm prepared to do that.
We wanted to ask the Immigration Minister, Liam Byrne, why it is that so many of our Gurkha veterans who fought for us and pledged allegiance to the Crown need stronger ties with the UK to live here, but he wasn't available. Instead, the Home Office gave us a statement in which they say there is exceptional provision to enable Gurkhas who retired before July 1997 to qualify for settlement in the UK, where there are strong reasons for this, such as where they have developed a significant residential or close family tie with the UK. In other words, the MOD see Mr. Pun as an exceptional case. But many Gurkha supporters say each and every one of them is exceptional.
Yes, he is a special man, but I firmly believe that Gurkhas are all special men. Their devotion to duty and valour is legendary. It is an honour and a privilege to serve these brave men. I think it is a stain on the national character that these brave, loyal, devoted heroes are not allowed to come to live here with us.
Brave people, but time is running out. In the last few weeks, 3 elderly Gurkhas in Nepal have died, one of them a VC. The campaigners say there'll be more deaths unless the government acts now.
It is a gross injustice. It's quite deliberate injustice. It is a sustained injustice. What more can one say?